Welcome to Shom Achshov on the Daf. She responds to Nishma Asar B'Yakosholm Le'Avas Yitzchok. We're holding in Shavuos Daf Yud Aleph. The Gemara in Amud Beis brings the different examples when you can replace a Parah Aduma with another Parah. And one of the examples are Motza Acheres No Himeno. He found a nicer Parah, so he's going to replace the current Parah with another Parah. This idea that you replace the Parah with something better leads to a fascinating discussion in the Poskim. The Shavuos Yaakov, Chelek Aleph Siman Lamed Zayin, he brings the following shaila. Someone who's always makpid in Ner Chanukah to use a shemen zayis, to use olive oil. When he gets ready for Chanukah that night, he can't find the olive oil in the house, so instead he prepares wax candles to use them for Adlokas Ner Chanukah. As he's getting prepared, they bring to him shemen zayis. Now he's able to use shemen zayis. Should he leave the wax, which he's already preparing, and use the shemen zayis? Or once he's already dealing with the wax, and he's designated that for the mitzvah, so you say itchi, and you should just use the wax. So the Shavuos Yaakov wants to say that once you start dealing with one mitzvah, you don't replace the mitzvah with something else, even though it's better. And he brings a few rayas to that. One of the rayas is that even Devar Rishus, it says a person should not go in front of the barber before time of mincha. But if he started the barber before, ain't mafsikin. So once you start something, I don't require you to stop. So once you start a mitzvah, you don't tell a person stop and do a better mitzvah. So it brings the Shavuos Yaakov our Gemara. In our Gemara it says, if you have a designated Parah Aduma and you found something better, you replace the Parah Aduma. So here you see that once you found a better mitzvah, you stop the mitzvah that you're dealing with. Says the Shavuos Yaakov over there, that's not exactly the same. Because here, you didn't start the mitzvah at all. You had a Parah Aduma designated. Nothing was done for it to be the mitzvah. Masha'inkin, when I'm already preparing the candles for Chanukah, I'm already starting in the preparation for the mitzvah. So therefore, there you don't say to stop. That's what the Shavuos Yaakov holds. The Chacham Tzvi and Siman Memei brings the Shavuos Yaakov, and he's doiche all the rayas the Shavuos Yaakov brings. And then he goes into our Gemara. He brings what we see here in Masechet Shavuos. And he says, well, the Shavuos Yaakov says he didn't start the mitzvah by us. That's clearly not the Hemshech Gemara. The Hemshech Gemara brings that you can even be paid the parah after Shchita. Parah nivdes al gabi ma'arachto. And even though Chachamim hold you can't once it came to ma'aracha because it's gnai badover. But mi'ikar then you could do it, and Reb Shimon holds that's what you do. He says, Kol sheken, if I have candles, the mamish did not start anything in the mitzvah. I didn't shecht it. Just preparing for the mitzvah, of course you should replace it with the shemen zayis. And he brings a raya to that with the Truma Sadesh and says that we wait for Kiddush Levana until B'Tzei Shabbos. So even though the time of Kiddush Levana came before, during the week it's the time of Kiddush Levana, if I'm not going to do it, I'm going to wait for the proper time, when the mitzvah min mufcha, when it's B'Tzei Shabbos, when a person is mevusam. So you see, you leave the opportunity to do the mitzvah right now and you do it later. The Shavuos Yaakov in Chelek Beis Siman Lamed, he brings all the questions, the Chachatzi questions him, and he answers them. And then he refers to our Gemara, and he says our Gemara is not a shayla, because by us, the Gemara concludes that Lev Beis Din Masne Alim, the special T'nai Beis Din, they could go and exchange it. So because there's a Lev Beis Din Masne, that's why here, even though you already started the mitzvah, you replace it with something else. But in a case that you don't have Lev Beis Din Masne, like in the case of Nearest Chanukah, then you don't stop the mitzvah that you began. So the Chidah, in Shah Yosef Siman Ches, that's his Tshuva Sefer, he brings this Shavuos Yaakov, brings this whole discussion, and he said, I don't understand what the Shavuos Yaakov refers to our Gemara because it's T'nai Beis Din. Why would Beis Din do a T'nai if there's no need for the T'nai? If when you start a mitzvah, you don't replace to another mitzvah, why would Beis Din come and do a T'nai Beis Din that you could come and stop the mitzvah in the middle and go to another mitzvah if there's no purpose in doing it? But the Chidah says maybe by a case of a Parah Aduma is different, because Parah Aduma was a mitzvah chaviva. It was a very, very precious mitzvah. So therefore they had a special mahalach to go and try to do it the best way possible. Even though you start the mitzvah, you'll go and do a better mitzvah. But in a regular mitzvah, once you started, maybe the din is like the Shavuos Yaakov, you don't stop the mitzvah that you started to do it in a better way. Many other achronim discuss this sugya, but our Gemara is one of the mikoyos to this inyan. Do you say when a person is busy ready in a mitzvah, should he stop what he's doing to make the mitzvah in a better way? Anyone who wants to join the Shom Achshava email list, who wants to go, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.